Hi, it's Jersey Joe from Rust Never Sleeps Joe 2, and this is my son, Sam, aka Funny Thaddeus.
Hey, it's Funny Thaddeus here.
We're going to review Week 3 first before we start talking about games for Week 4. Well, some of the big surprises in Week 3 was definitely Buffalo beating the Patriots. I thought it would be a close game.
Fitzpatrick.
But Fitzpatrick had a great game.
Showed the Bills are for real.
They came down from, I think it was 21-0 at one point in the game. And Brady had an uncharacteristic, un-Brady game, throwing 4 picks. And like I said, when we were going over our picks for Week 3, I said this game would be close. But I thought that Buffalo would give them everything they could handle. They did, and they won the game. And another so-called surprise was the Jets losing to Oakland. Everybody's talking about the Jets being a Super Bowl team. I don't think it's going to happen. Rex Ryan might think it in his own mind, but they got totally outplayed by the Oakland Raiders. I mean,
that one guy
ran roughshod all over their supposedly Super Bowl defense. They can't stop the run at all, and they can't run the ball on offense. They said that this guy Green was going to be an awesome back, and I haven't even heard his name called in any of the games. But Sanchez had a decent game, but the Raiders just totally dominated that game.
How about that one guy with the return he kicked the ball?
Yeah, Cromartie. He made a horrible mistake by fielding the ball, and then he kicked the ball, and then on top of that, he tried to run the ball instead of just falling on top of the ball. And another big surprise was the Eagles getting totally destroyed by the Giants. I thought the Giants had no chance in that game.
Yeah.
I thought that the Dream Team. Let's just forget about that. Their defense.
More like a nightmare.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. But their defense is horrible. They can't stop the run, and their linebackers are horrible. They can't defend the pass. I mean, Matthews, he's going to get benched this week because of his play, but the guy they're bringing in, it's not going to do any better. And this guy, Asamoah, he's supposed to be this shut-down corner. He got burned by this third-string wide receiver by the Giants twice. And, it's not two-hand touch or flag football. You got to wrap, and that guy can't tackle to save his life. So,
yeah.
And Vic, stop crying. You're not an elite quarterback. I mean, Brady and Peyton Manning deserve to get the calls, not you. And plus, all the time, I don't know if you're a quarterback or a running back. Most of the time, you're a running back. So once you're out of the pocket, you're fair game. And when you get hit, take it like a man. I mean, stop complaining. Win games. Okay, enough of that. And
how about the Ravens?
The Ravens finally came back, and I don't know what team's going to show up, but the team that's supposed to be an awesome team showed up against the Rams. But the Rams, they're nothing to write home about. They're a young team, and they're not going anywhere. So it's no surprise to me that the Ravens finally woke up and won the game big time. But they're going to have a big test this week with the Jets, and we'll talk about that in our other segment of Week 4 games. And
how about Spinner it with his...
And the New Orleans Saints, man, they can put up some points, I'll tell you that. The Texans, I thought that was going to be a close game. I went with the Saints. Funny Thaddeus went with the Texas in that game. The Texans, because he thought that they would have enough offense to beat the Saints. But
they almost won.
Yeah, they almost won, but you can't bet against Breeze. He's awesome.
Can't bet against the Saints in the Dome.
They put a 40 spot up, and Green Bay keeps on rolling after a shaky start. Their defense is getting better, and Jay Cutler was running for his life once again. But I don't hear Jay Cutler complaining about getting hit. So why don't you take a page out of his book, Vic, and just shut up and play the games, or say it's just Vic. He's just.
How about the
he's getting on my nerves.
Chiefs? Against
the Chiefs played very well.
They gave the Chargers a good game.
It's the Chargers, and I think they're going to win their first game this week against the Vikings. But we'll talk about that. And,
what do you think about the Vikings getting taken down by the Lions?
Yeah, it's the third week in a row that the Vikings have blown a big lead. They were up 20-0 this time, and they could not hold on to the lead. Their lead at home again. This is the second lead they blew at home too. And McNabb, he's got to retire. I mean, he's finished.
Yeah.
And if Adrian Peterson can't run the ball, he can get 100 yards. the Vikings aren't going to win games, even though their defense is good, because their defense is going to be on the field all day, and they're just going to wear down. And I'll tell you, Detroit's for real. Watch out, Cowboys. That's all I have to say.
How about what's his name? The Dolphins. Head coach is about to get fired if he loses this.
I think Tony Sparano is going to be coaching maybe his last game this week. If they go 0-4, I think they might make a change there. They just can't. They can't do anything on offense very well. Bush is not a #1 back. Let's face it, he's not big enough to carry the load. And that's
Cowboys.
The Cowboys, they got lucky. I mean, they were very lucky to win the game. 6 field goals.
Ogletree didn't know what he was doing out there. He's been on the team for 3 years.
Looks like the Keystone Cops out there for Tony Romo. He just didn't have to quarterback the game. He had to be a coach out there. And, I don't know what's going on with Ogletree. He's been on the team for 3 years, and he should know the plays.
How about that center? He hiked the ball over his head 4 times.
Tony Romo, what an adventure that was.
Costa. They should have never cut Gerard.
Yeah, they should have kept Gerard. I know they were trying to save money with this guy. He better get his act together, because if they have this kind of performance against Detroit, they're going to lose the game definitely, because Detroit defense is they're just dominant, and their offense can put points up. So
we need Miles Austin.
Well, you're not going to have him, because he's not going to be back after they're always the bye week, and they have a bye week coming up after this, so he's not going to be back for 2 weeks. So that's a recap of week 3. Some of the highlights. We'll see you next time. We're going to do week 4. You got to get rid of this dog.